Alright, YouTube, just want to give y'all a look at something. This is a 2000 GMC 1500 truck. You can see extended cab. Now I showed you some frame work I did before on my short bed. Short bed will be painted next week. Had to clean the bed up a little bit. I found a little bit of rust here and there, but this is what I really wanted to show you guys. This is the importance. If you take your truck off-road in any manner, mudding, if you live in the western part of the United States, if you're going in the dirt, the sand, mud, anything, it's very important that you spray your truck frame off. Now in my last video I showed you guys when I was working on my short bed. Let me see if I can get a good look right here. This is from the factory. This little V right here is in every Chevy GMC truck frame, and it's right directly above your bump stop for your rear end. This V, it's just welded in there, and it has a little spot in the back of the frame here. I don't know if you guys can see. You can see I stick my finger through it. This is supposed to be to let the dirt and water and everything out of here, but you can see how deep it is. It's probably an inch deep all the way around, and it just traps dirt and debris. Same thing with down inside of here. I blew all of this out with the air gun. All of this was completely packed with dirt, but you can see exactly what happened to the frame. The frame is literally being held together by these two boards. So I'll get down here and show you. Frame broke. And like I said, you see this piece? This is your bump stop. And right inside of the frame here is where that V is. And all of the dirt and mud sticks in this area. This is one of the most common areas for a Chevy truck to rust out on the frame. Also right here, you see it's rusted too. All of this will have to be replaced. That's just dirt. I can push that out of there. But this is a little valley here. You can see it, how it slopes down. It flattens out right here. There's a lip on the inside of this frame. Dirt, mud, everything, road debris just sits right in this area. As you can see, this frame is in real bad shape. A lot of people wouldn't even attempt to mess with something like this. And I've done it so many times that I know the limitations. I know that this is still something I can fix, for the simple fact that the frame did not break all the way through. The frame is literally being held on by this strip of metal on each side, which you don't think is much, but when it comes to a truck driving straight down the road, that means a lot. So since the frame did not break completely and it's still attached, if I jack the truck up here in this area, jack this area up, the rear of this frame will actually bend back down and close this gap up. So I know that the frame is still straight on both sides. They put the wood on there just to transport it to the shop to get it over here. But if you'll see, this is another common problem. This is the gas tank strap hooks to this tube here. You can see somebody already placed it a while back. My buddy bought this truck. He just recently, last month, put a new motor in his truck, so he wants to save it. So you can see somebody just cut this, slid a pipe in here, you know, made a little plate there and fixed the shock mount because you can tell the rest of the tube is gone. I mean, it's just, and this is what your gas tank is hooked to. If you see that right there, that is one of your gas tank straps. Now you come up here in the front, this is your other gas tank strap, hooks to this tube here. It's pretty rusty. It's pretty bad. I imagine up underneath here where the tank is, in this area on the underside, it's probably all gone. But it bolts here. The strap goes under the tank and hooks in over here, right here. But you can see this area here is where I was telling you, it's the little valley there. all of the stuff just sits inside of there. You can just see, and I already blew it out, and it's just still caked down inside of there. You can see all of that dirt and mud just stuck. That's why it's very important if you take your truck off-road, and even if you're not going off-road, just periodically spray your frame off. I mean, it's going to save you so much hassle and so much money in the end. You see, these tubes are rusted out. This tube is completely gone. Take you to the other side. This one was a pretty clean break, but like I said, all of this metal here is still holding the frame together. So I'm gonna be able to get it back, put me some plates here to hold it solid as I cut out my pieces to weld new metal in. And you know, all of this is gonna get replaced. You see it's bad here, all of this here. So all of this whole section here is gonna get all new metal, and it's gonna get boxed in on the inside with all the new tubes. So like I said, you know, a lot of people wouldn't even tackle something like this. They would say, to hell with this truck. And this is why you see a lot of these Chevy trucks, GMC trucks in the junkyard, because of these issues right here. Issues that could definitely be avoided. If you guys show you my pipe, there's one of my pieces of pipe. This is 2.5 inch Sked 40 pipe. You can see it's a nice thick pipe. This is what I'm going to use. This is the same exact size as the factory pipes on this truck. And of course, we're not going to have this fancy bend. You know, you see it's bent. We're not going to have this fancy bend in there. He doesn't use his spare tire anyway. He hasn't, you know, it's broke, all of that. So this will all be gone. It'll just be a straight tube, another straight tube here. And then right here, this one also has a little arch in it. It's very subtle. It's not a big arch, but you can get away with putting a straight tube in there as long as it's the same size as this tube, which I said is 2.5 inches. Your gas tank will pull up to the tube. It will bolt in there, no problem. But I just wanted to show you guys. Also, I want to show you guys a few tools I use. Now, I just bought this. I don't have a whole lot of money. I have an account on the Mack truck. Every once in a while I buy a tool. And I only buy a tool maybe once every few months. But this thing right here is a bad dude. It's a body saw. It's on the Mack truck right now. It is on sale. It was $269, which is a lot. It's definitely a lot for me. But this specific air saw, it is not just ran off of air. It is an air to a gear to a cylinder, which makes it have a lot of power. I mean, this saw will cut through anything. And not only does it accept Sawzall blades, regular full-size Sawzall blades, it accepts the little small body saw blades as well for intricate small cuts. This is a real nice body saw, and it's pretty big. I mean, you can't get it in all the little spaces. I had a Harbor Freight one. It tore up in a few days. He got the job done for the little things I needed it for, but like I said, soon when I started trying to cut heavier gauge metal, it tore up. But this is from Harbor Freight. This is a very, very good tool to have when you're working on frames and any kind of rusty material. It's called a needle scaler. This is from Harbor Freight. It was like maybe 10 bucks. This is their mini version. They also have a larger one. It's more needles. It's a bigger body. Has a lot more pressure to it. But this will bust all of the rust off of the frame. And you know, all of your big surface rust, chips, rust, paint, this thing right here will knock it all off of there. And I've been using this one for a while. Like I said, this is from Harbor Freight, maybe 10 bucks, and it works fine. It does the job. And a lot of Harbor Freight tools are good. it's just, you know, they have some of them, you use them so much and they, you know, they will break on you. That's just, you know, what it is. You pay for a cheap tool, but hey, you know, save you some money, get the tools you need, get the job done. But I just want to show you guys the before of the frame. I'll try to give you an update once I start cutting and get my frame back leveled out and everything together, and put me some support in here to hold it down. I'll try to make another video and show you guys what's going on.